What's happening, family? This is Expert Pest Control talking with a master tech. I got my honey bun here. And he's gonna go over. We always, when he come in, we always go over the schedule, what's gonna be happening for the next day, and then we talk a little bit about, what happened at certain jobs or whatever. So today he gonna give a little talk about, some experience that happened, and the topic is, what is it?
We wildlife.
Wildlife. What was it today?
But today, it may have been groundhog. I think my most trickiest job would have been probably a squirrel.
A squirrel?
Nuisance wildlife. Yeah.
Okay. What happened with the squirrel? Because somebody out there right now, they got
Well,
squirrels.
I had a customer maybe about 3 years ago. I still do them today. I do them on a regular basis. I'm saying 4 years ago, I think, maybe 4 years ago, 21. I do him on a regular basis. Been doing it for the last about 4 years, and he had a problem with a squirrel. So he had about, I'm thinking about 4 different pest control companies, some nuisance wildlife in his city, the animal warden. Could nobody find out what his problem was. He had I think it's about 4 of them, and two different pest control companies, animal warden. Couldn't nobody find out what his problem was. So he called me, and he told me what the issue was. He said he hearing something. He don't know what it is. It's been going on for a long time, and it was a difficult job to figure out. I told him it was a puzzle. We just got to find a missing piece to it. So I got up on top of the roof, and a lot of companies won't do the things that I do in order to find out the problem. So what I did is I come off the side of the roof to see that it's some, any kind of activity up there. So I ended up seeing a little bit of activity of a squirrel. So I figure it's a hole somewhere in this area, because that was pretty adjacent to where he was hearing the noise at. But it wasn't no hole there, So I said it got to be something that's there for that's getting inside his house, So what I did is I put a camera over the edge of the roof, and shine the camera back the other way and start taking pictures, And then lo and behold, under the edge of the gutter, you can't see it from the ground, you can't see it from the roof. You really can't see it from nowhere, In order to find the area, you had to peel back part of the roof, So in order to get to it to repair it.
Now these other companies, which shall remain unnamed, but these big companies, they, you call them and you say, hey, I got something going on. I can hear it running around or whatever. They won't even get up on the roof. They're like, well, we can't do it, So this is what part of our extra service that we give, So go ahead.
Yeah. So when I took a picture and took it down to him and showed it to him, he said nobody could ever find that hole. Could nobody find that hole. I've been doing it for 4 years now. We found the hole. We sealed the hole. We caught the squirrels on the inside. Then we caught the squirrels on the roof. I think about 4 squirrels I caught. Either 4 or 5 squirrels I caught. I think some of them I caught while he was on vacation. And I got rid of his problem, and we've been doing it for bees, miscellaneous bugs, all kinds of different miscellaneous bugs. These new lanternflies, been treating for pretty much everything. He said, and then and on top of that, he linked us. He's a broker. I believe he's a real estate broker, and he linked us to probably about 6 different
customers, because we do
customers.
WDI inspections.
Yeah, WDI inspections. So he linked us to about 6 different customers, and some of them building managers. So we got connections through this one customer. We end up getting about 6 or 7 different connections. By finding one problem. We found one problem which was a little difficult to find. But in order to get to solve a problem, you got to do things that nobody else is not going to do. And I think that's what we do. We pretty much we pretty much go above and beyond for every customer. Every customer is our number one customer.
Right. Every customer is our number one customer. That's tweetable.
Yeah. Yeah. So
all right. So
we put a lot of good information on our website. So people can go to our website and check out. Because some problems people can get rid of themselves. They don't need us. And we give the people the information. So in the future, if you end up having the same problem, you don't need us. You can do it yourself.
We're gonna be making these videos to give you some tips on what to look for. You would like he had squirrels, so the first thing that he does is ask, okay, well, they say, well, something is in my wall or something is on the roof or something, and he asks what it sound like. And why you ask that question?
Well, the sound, the first thing in pest control is identification. The only way you're gonna know how to solve a person's problem is you got to identify the problem first. You can't solve it unless you know what it is. So that's what we do. In order to identify the problem, you got to know what the problem sounds like. What you're hearing, what you seeing, what time of day. In the morning, is it constant? Is it running? Is it walking? A lot of different things that tell you what the animal is, and this can be done over the phone if you know what you're doing. You don't have to go to nobody's house. You got to identify the pest over the phone. That's a lot of times, a lot of jobs I do, we identify over the phone, and then by the time I get to his house, I done probably solved the problem, and I haven't even seen the problem. So it's a lot of things, that goes into and starting a pest control program that you can do, and sometimes you don't even have to see the problem. All you gotta do is just know what you're doing. And it's a lot of exterminators that they just getting started, and we wish everyone well in the business, But if you just getting started and you're not familiar, you can look at our website too. It's no problem. You look in there.
Okay, that's www. Cleveland.
Cleveland. What, Cleveland Pest? Is that it?
Yeah, that's www.expertpestcontrolcleveland.com. So, and we're going to put that up. That's www.expertpestcontrolcleveland.com. And you go there, and it's got, every pest that you got has got some tips and what's going on. And then, of course, we're going to be uploading these videos where Demetrius is going to be talking about, what's the purpose when they come to your house. Because a lot of times it's a collaboration, when we get to somebody's house. We say, now, we got to work together, because, he coming, he might have to set traps or whatever, so we can't sit at your house for 24 hours. So you're going to need to check the trap, So all this stuff is explained to you while we're there so we can have a successful plan to solve the problem. But we don't want to make the videos too long because we know people don't last. It can't be longer than, we only got 6 minutes to get your attention, so.
Then if people have any questions, we
give us a call.
We're here to answer questions too. If you have any problems that you want that you can solve yourself, give us a call. You can call us or you can leave comments, ask us questions in the comments.
All right.
And we'll be happy to answer any kind of question you might have concerning pets, any kind of pets. If we're able to, if we're not able to, we can get you the information that can help you out. If we don't have the information, we can get it for you.
All right. All right, peace. This is today. We're gonna post every day. We're gonna post, an experience and a pest that you can look up. And pretty soon we'll have a library built that you can just go to our YouTube channel and pull up. Okay, I got a problem with mice or squirrels. Today he talked about what he did for the squirrels. And so you had any more questions, you give us a call. Expert Pest Control, and we appreciate you. Give us a call. Bye-bye.